Hi, welcome to another meditation hour. And first of all, happy Sunday. I'm hoping that you are having a good, relaxed day and you're saving all of your energy to look forward for the next week ahead. Uh, that being said, I know that a lot of things are happening in the world right now, and our genius governor want to start or reopen the state again. And the thing which kind of baffles me is that the reason he kind of lay out to reopen the state is kind of idiotic, and he want to reopen the stores which are gonna become like a hub for this coronavirus, like bowling alleys or nail salons or some other random place which are not essentials for business or to survive or to live per se. I get that there is a thin line where you have to pull the plug and you have to make a decision where you start opening the things or normalizing the things. Honestly, I don't know if we are there yet, but don't listen to me because I'm not a scientific expert on this topic to begin with. Uh, but that being said, one thing I know for sure is that our governor don't listen to any scientific community either. So he gonna do what he does, and I'm hoping that this doesn't create like a second wave of coronavirus, you know, within Georgia and end up costing more lives. And I know if that happens, this dude will not take any responsibility, like Trump doesn't, and it will be on to the people. And that's the scary part among all of this because in the past, at least with all the other crises like stock market crisis or some other form of economic crisis or even 9/11 for that matter, people could still come together and support each other. But with this crisis, that's out of question. People can support each other virtually but not in person, so it creates a whole different dynamic to begin with. And in the midst of this, when the leaders don't even care about regular people, and in fact they just care about the money, and even on top of that, it's not like they care about money for the regular people. They care about using or giving those money to their friends. And that's what been happening for past few weeks. If you follow US politics, you would notice that the central government or federal government or even the Congress, they kind of pass trillions of dollars of economy stimulus, and most of that benefits goes to already rich people. So basically, if you're poor, you're screwed. No one is coming to help you. And especially in this time when people can't even come together, in the sense like physically can't come together, then you're doubly screwed because people can't even come out to help you. So I feel very, very bad for you. In some ways, for me as well. I'm not that rich, not yet. Uh, and at the same time, I guess this is gonna be the new norm. The the people in power literally don't care about regular people, and regular people are so caught up with their own divisions that they cannot challenge the power. So this will continue on for at least next 3 4 years. Who knows what's going to happen in 2024? Who knows who will be running for office from both parties, because it will be interesting dynamic regardless of how this election goes. And I have a feeling that this election gonna be one of the most clownish election in the US history, because on one hand you have a dumb president who is who is on a mission to undo everything good done by past administration, and on top of that double down on any of the hideous monstrous policies. And on the other hand, we have a dumbing guy like, Joe Biden is literally suffering from some mental disease, dementia, and he would not be able to keep himself together even till November. I doubt it. I mean, you can see the glimpses of what his leadership gonna look like. So no matter who wins, Americans are screwed. And at this point, I'm in a way glad that I'm not a citizen and I don't have to pick between two evils. But there are no good choices in this election. I've been Bernie Sanders fan for a long time, like over 4 years now, and I've been also saying that there were three different people who would bring, um, you know, uh, people together all together, and they were Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, and Andrew Yang, and all three of them folded in. And even though I don't. I want to say that I understand why they did what they did, but I don't agree with everything the way they did it. But that's a conversation for another day. Just to not make things more depressing, let's jump on to some of the positive thing happening in the world, which is people are virtually coming together and they're acknowledging how we would be able to, you know, how our life will change after this crisis altogether. Especially, there's going to be more appreciation for people in general. We won't take things for granted, especially a person like me who live by myself, and I need that social life. I kind of thrived for the past year whenever I go out and do my open mics and interacted with people. I always feel good. Not always, but most of the days felt good. And I feel that I need that. So I'm not going to take things for granted moving forward. So this is definitely a positive change. And I believe most of the people will um, automatically respect and have respect for the people in general, but also individuals who, bring value in their life. So that's going to be a new thing. And also how the companies are operating, this is going to change as well, because more and more companies are thinking of just switching to work from home model, so that most of the people don't have to drive for, like, I don't know, hour 2 hours and um, to a place and just to work. And on top of that, the companies will save millions dollars, which they spend currently on leasing the property and whatnot. So it would be interesting to see how these virtual clusters of workspace gonna emerge in the next few um, years to come. So that, and I hope that on the same line there would be a shift in the number of hours everyone is working. I hope that goes down drastically so people can spend more time with, their loved ones, as well as doing what they love to do. I think there are a lot of different models already in place, used by different countries. I'm sure some of the European countries have introduced, like, 40 days PTO for the entire year. So, a person have to take 40 days off for the entire year. And also there was some noise around cutting down the number of days you have to go to work. So that might be a good happy medium where people, instead of working say 40 hours a week, work for 25 hours a week, and that will give them extra 15 hours to do other things in their life. imagine what you would do with extra 15 hours in your life. Maybe you'll travel more. Maybe you will take those lessons which you've been putting off for a long time. Maybe you will sit and meditate for, an hour every single day. Maybe you will work out every single day. There are so many different things where you can use your time. But here's the thing, the only commodity which you would never get back is time, because you can lose money and you can earn back money. You can lose health and earn back health. On the same line, you can be completely tired and drained, and you can eat and get your energy back. But time is just a one-way stream, and it's not a new concept. It's not something which none of us know. Like, everybody who is conscious, they know that time is just one way stream. You cannot get that time back. So if the choice is to spend, say, 40 hours every single week for the rest of your life doing a work which you may really like and love, or spending 25 hours on the same work and use extra 15 hours to do something else. And you know what, like, when you take different classes, when you do workout, when you, let's just say, cook, when you express in different artistic form, that actually amplifies the work you put in for 25 hours. It's all about working smart, right? Not working hard. So you can see someone working for 40 hours and they are stressed and they are drained, and they look forward for only weekend so that they can just go out, spend all the money. They can, just enjoy, live for 2 days. And then, by the time they return back on Monday, they already have this whole Monday syndrome. Whereas on the other scenario, where people can work only for 25 hours, and who knows, let's just say 5 hours a day, right, for 5 days. So that gives you more or less similar schedule. So you're active every single day, but only for 5 hours. And then you'll be spending less time in traffic if you have like a different 5-hour shift, right? And you will be also using that extra time, extra sunlight to just go for a hike or go for a walk or do something unique into your life. And trust me, that will bring in so much energy, so much joy into your life. That's one of the reasons why I so resonate so much with Tim Ferriss. His whole agenda is like 4-hour work week. Just work for 4 hours and automate everything else in your life. And I kind of believe into that principle. And I know that at some point I will start a business. I don't know when or what or how, however that kind of like aligns. But my strategy would be to eliminate me from that business, so that that business is automated, and all the decisions, all the minor day-to-day operation decisions are made by different people, but not me. So that would be my end goal, and start different business and different. Just automate all of that and just set the vision for each of those businesses. That would be amazing place to be, and that's where I see myself down the road. And I want to spend most of my time on my public speaking skills, on my stand-up comedy, on my other biohacking hobbies which I do, like martial arts, like meditation, like sauna, like cryotherapy, and so many different possibilities. And I feel that every one of us should explore that. And I get it, like, I'm fortunate and in some sense privileged to be able to even say all of this. Whereas there are people out there who literally have to work, I don't know, 60 hours, 80 hours just to put food on the table. And I do feel really, really bad for them. I hope that we start focusing what is important in society, and and enslaving people to work for 60 hours is not just helpful for the society as a whole, and definitely not for them, because they will be all stressed out. And if you look at the patterns in their lives, you would easily see that their eating habits are really shit. They don't have any workout regime, they don't get enough sleep, and they earn bare minimum. And all of that because they were randomly born into a place or a family which doesn't have money, or doesn't have resources. And also, there are a lot of self responsibilities as well. I truly believe that we are responsible for the choices we make. But that being said, a lot of times the choices we make are shitty to begin with. I mean, if you're offered with only, let's just say, earn $10 an hour and work for 60 hours a week, or earn $7.50 an hour and work for 80 hours a week. So if those are your choices, then you'll choose the best option you have in front of you. So that's where people who diss on poor people, they always tend to see that they're lazy, they don't want to work, they are addicted, they are this, they are that. And there is truth in some of it, but not in the entirety. Like, I feel that most of the people, like 80-90%, if I have to just make up number, want to work, want to contribute, want to do something in their life. For past few weeks, I've been staying at home and with no work, literally. So what am I doing? Am I enjoying my time? No. Actually, my life has changed drastically. Instead of watching TV, watching random TV shows and movies, I completely cut down on that. I've been like just focusing on my rituals. I've been focusing on taking care of myself. I've been focusing on connecting with people. I've been focusing on doing so many different things in my life. In fact, my life has transformed better than it was before. If I was still working, then I took things for granted. I was working for 40 hours a week, and then during weekend I would just lay down, just watch some TV, watch some random crap, and then do my other things, and not really care about where I want to go, what I want to do, and whatnot. And not having a job changed everything in my life. Now I made a clear vision of where I want to be. It may not be possible in few months or maybe a year, but I have a big goal. I know where I want to be, say 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. So I know what actions I'll be taking every single day to reach to that point. And that's very, very important. And I wished I had this template 5-6 years back. I would have been completely different at completely different place. But better late than never. And that's where I am right now, because I feel that this downtime has given me clarity of what I want to do in life, or where I see myself moving forward. And sure, there are going to be more crises, there are going to be more personal crises, there are going to be more situations which I haven't anticipated, there are going to be plenty of disappointments, plenty of failures. And that's the beauty, I guess, because I'm at a place where I am looking forward for all of those failures, because I feel like I'm already at the rock bottom. Sure, I might even dig a bit more and get to a rockier bottom. But at the end of the day, I know that I am a survivor. I'm not a victim in any stretch of mind. I always get up. And that's the most important part. Like, there are people who are losing hope, and there's nothing worse than losing hope, because there is so much stress, so many things which are already working against you if you're not born with privilege, or if you don't have enough money to sustain yourself, or if you don't have any means or any ideas or any knowledge to kind of progress. So there are a lot of things which are stacked against you, and on top of that, if you lose the one thing which can give meaning in your life, which is hope, then it could be devastating. And that's why I feel lucky, because I always have been a kind of guy who you know pick myself up whenever I fall down. So enough of ego boost today, I guess. So I'm gonna do an hour long of meditation using Vipassana technique. And if you're just getting started with meditation altogether, then Vipassana technique is one of the best way to start or get into meditation, because most of the other techniques, I don't I mean, I haven't done a lot of other techniques. I've done like mantra meditation, like chanting meditation. I've done like meditating on music. I've done meditating while even dancing. That's a different thought altogether. I've done meditation while focusing on a specific focus point, and I've been doing Vipassana meditation. I've done sensual meditation, which is very interesting, and I love it. I will do it at some point again. And sensual meditation is to involve all of your five senses or six senses to kind of focus your attention on each senses, or on three breath cycles, and then move on to the next sense. So I feel so much refreshed. I feel that when I'm focusing on one specific sense, I'm trying to, in some sense, clean that sense up so that I can, if I can hear better, I can see better, I can smell better, I can say things better, I can feel better, or whatever. So I like the idea of sensual meditation, but today I'm gonna do Vipassana meditation, which is to just focus on everything as it is. So start by focusing on your breath and just observe the natural flow of breath. And once you get deeper into that focus, you would also start observing the properties of different of your breath. So when you inhale, the air is a bit colder than when you exhale, as well as when you inhale and exhale, you would be able to feel which part of nostrils the air is touching. And around that point, you'll also start feeling different sensations around your nasal area. And if you just keep on focusing on those sensations, you would observe that those sensations also kind of rise and dissipate. And it's really interesting just to observe it. You're not even trying to do anything. And thereafter, you can start to body scan and feel the sensations all around your body. And there would be specific sensations, like it could be a pain. And if you do experience pain at any point on your body, just focus on that pain. Just observe the nature of that pain. How severe is that pain, like compared to your past experience of pain? Is it the most painful experience, or is it somewhere in middle, or it's just painful enough to make you uncomfortable, but nothing which you can't bear? Also, you can observe the area of the pain, because most of the pain won't be like a circular. It's gonna be like like an amoeba, like it has different shape of its own. So once you start focusing on the properties of pain itself, you would observe interesting things will happen. I still remember that experience when I went for a 10-day meditation retreat, and I had this pain on the left side of my body, left back precisely. And over the course of 10 days, I noticed that pain shifted from left to right, and I was spooked. I still don't know what exactly happened. And I honestly, I still have a bit of pain on my right side, so I guess at some point that gonna dissipate altogether. But I feel that with vipassana meditation, you would be able to kind of feel different sensations on your body, and some of those sensations like pain or tingling or whatever will dissipate over time once you start focusing on that. And in some sense, I feel like that's what it means, that the body heals itself. You All you need to do is like just set your intention and focus on that. With that note, I am gonna set an alarm for an hour, and we'll get started. All right, I will see you in an hour. Thanks for being with me throughout this session. And until tomorrow,